Welcome to Flex and Stretch. Now this class is a little bit different. I do this class on my online platform, on my regular platform, and it was done for a request of one of my clients who is a runner and wanted to build up their core strength, upper arm strength because they were lacking in that, and also stretch out their hamstrings. So join me today. Feel free to pop music on in the background if you like. And we're going to start in a child's pose. So it's a little bit of yoga mixed in with some strength work and some, of course, some nice yoga stretches with that. So we're going to begin in child's pose. So bringing your big toes together, your knees nice and wide, and swooping your hands forward. Bring your forehead down to the earth and allow your chest to relax. Now, if you've got any pets, you'll notice that they always think it's playtime when you get onto your yoga mat, as does Cooper here. Okay, so from child's pose, take a big full breath and then take a long exhale, just noticing how you feel and just setting your intentions perhaps, and just making, giving yourself a little bit of gratitude for showing up on your mat today. Sometimes it's the hardest bit is showing up and carving that time. Send your hands opposite the shoulders, fingers spread wide, and begin to look forward in between your hands. Okay, now we're going to start to glide the chest through the wrists. So I want you to bring your hips high, open your feet, and in one smooth movement, if possible, lift the elbows off the ground and glide through into a cobra pose. Elbows bent. Press the ground away and roll the hips so they're over the knees and begin to cross your ankles over. Activate your tummy, your core, draw your shoulders forward, and we're going to lower the body down, elbows bent, and then slowly press back up. Trying to keep your upper torso in one line. Lower down again, and then press back up. If it's too hard to come all the way down, just come halfway. Let's do two more. Down we go. Rising back up, and one more. And rise up. Uncross your ankles and sink your sit bones down to your heels. Swoop your hands up to your knees. Rise up, circling your arms either side of the body. Bring your palms together and slowly bring your hands down to your heart center. We're going to swoop the hands forward, shoulder width apart, and bring the chin and chest down towards the earth in happy puppy pose. This just releases the upper arms and shoulders after those tricep dips. Okay, from here, slowly sink back down into child's pose. And we're going to repeat, looking forward in between the hands, glide your chest through the wrists, elbows lift, rising up to cobra. Press the ground away, roll your hips back, cross your ankles over, draw the shoulders forward. Another 5 tricep dips. Stay with me, breathe nice and deep. 4, good. 3, breathe in fully, exhale when you come down. 2, and 1. Uncross the ankles, sink slowly back, swoop your hands again up to the knees. Inhale, circling arms up to the sky, bring palms together. Exhale, draw hands down to the heart center. Glide your hands forward, shoulder width apart, and bearing down with your chin and your chest to happy puppy. Now, what you might do if you explore this yoga pose is to slide the hands forward and begin to lower that chest down to the earth or towards the earth, really to open up your thoracic spine. One more breath here, and then sink it back to child's pose. So your sit bones drawing back down to the heels. Once more, wrists and elbows onto the earth, looking forward. Glide your chest through the wrists, rising up to cobra. Press the ground away. Cross your ankles over, draw your shoulders forward. 5 tricep dips, again, maybe lowering a little lower to the earth. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Uncross the ankles, sink your sit bones down to the heels. Remember, if you can repeat this practice really often, then you build that upper arm strength really quickly before you know it. So walk your hands now over to the right hand side, take a little stretch to the right side, and then walk your hands and upper body over to the left hand side, just to give yourself a little stretch to the left side. Okay, and now we're going to bring the hands back in front, come forward into a forearm plank. So interlace your fingers, step your feet away, and I'd like you to drag your elbows down towards your toes and your toes towards your elbows. But of course, we're not actually moving. But by this dragging motion, you should feel your core really engage. If you're doing it really, really well, you might even feel a little bit of a shake going on. It should feel like hard work. Keep breathing nice and deeply and holding here with me for 10, for 9, for 8, for 7 and 6, 5 and 4, well done, 3 and 2 and 1, amazing. Okay, bring those knees down to the earth, sink those sit bones down to the heels, and coming into a child's pose, take a big deep breath. Take a long exhale, well done. Okay, slowly swooping the hands down to the knees. We're going to come into onto our sit bones. So send your legs forward and draw your right sole of your foot into your left thigh. Working on the legs now. Inhale, reach both arms up, and then exhale, reach the hands forward. Perhaps you can find the sole of the foot, if not, hands to the earth. Looking over the toes, take a big deep breath in, and then exhale, folding tummy and chest and chin down towards the leg, keeping the back nice and straight. Take another big full breath. Exhale to fold. One more breath here. One long exhale. Well done. And then slowly rise up, walking those hands up. Okay, other side. Draw your right leg long. Take your left sole of your foot into your right thigh. Let's reach the arms up to the sky with an inhale, and then exhale, reaching forward. And then again, lengthening the spine with your inhale, and exhale as you fold down. Another couple of breaths here. You might even tuck your toes, your right toes, into the shin to get an extra stretch into your calf. One more big full breath. One long exhale. Good, and then slowly rise back up. Good. Bring your feet in front of you now and bend your knees. Bring your hands to the backs of the knees and lean back. Lift your toes off the ground, send them parallel to the knees, and then reach your arms slowly forward either side of the legs. We're going to lower down, heels and shoulders hovering from the ground. Send your arms, if you can, behind you. Draw them forwards. Bend the knees and rise back up. And again, lower down. Drawing the arms behind. Drawing forwards. And rise back up. And again, lower down. Arms drawing behind. Arms draw forward. And rise back up. Well done. Okay, give the knees a little hug and then send the legs forward. So full seated forward fold now. Swoop your arms up to the sky. Take a big full breath in. And then exhale, reaching forward. Take a hold of the edges of the feet if you can, or otherwise hands to the ground, or perhaps even a strap. You might even take a hold of the big toes. Breathing in, looking over the feet, lengthen your spine, and then exhale. We're aiming to bring the tummy and the chest and the chin down towards the legs. But by the way, if you're up here, because your hamstrings are really tight, that's okay too. Just work with your own body. We're all different. One more big deep breath wherever you are at. Know that that is fine for today. And then slowly rise yourself all the way back up. Walk your feet in towards you. This time wrap your arms around the edges of the legs and take a hold of your big toes. Lift the heels off the ground. And this time we're going to try and straighten the legs if possible. If not, feel free to keep them bent. Lengthen that spine. Look up past the toes and then release the toes, bringing arms either side of the legs. Full Navasana. Again, feeling free to bend the knees, particularly if your back is feeling this. Take another big full breath. And then slowly we're going to lower down towards the earth, looking at the toes, and then rising back up, knees into the chest, and then lower all the way down to the ground. Bring your feet up to the sky, send your arms out like a T. Send both legs slowly over to the right side, just to hover over your right hand and look over the left shoulder. And then send both legs all the way back up to the sky. Send both legs over to the left side, looking over your right shoulder. Root down through both shoulders. And then send those legs up to the sky. Well done. Cross your right ankle over the left. Bring your hands to the sides of the head. We're going to lift the head up off the ground and take 10 little crunches. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Crossing left foot over the right. Another 10, coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Allow your head to rest. Wrap your arms around the knees. Give them a little squeeze into your body. And then taking a hold of your big toes, roll yourself all the way up to seated. Take a big full breath. Take a long exhale. Roll your shoulders down the back. Let's stretch the arms out because we're working on them too. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Take a hold of the left elbow and walk the hand, your right hand down the back. By the way, if you're not comfortable seated here with the ankles crossed, you could do this kneeling, of course. You can place something underneath your sit bones. Release that, send the left arm up to the sky. Take a hold of the elbow. Walk your hand down the back. Get another big full breath. And then exhale, bring both hands down onto the knees. Drop your chin down towards your chest. And let's take a slow head roll, rolling right ear over to the right shoulder, easing out the neck. And then rolling your chin down towards your chest. Sending opposite ear over to the other shoulder. One more big full breath. And then sitting up tall, big full breath. Sending yourself gratitude for showing up today. Namaste. And thank you for your practice.